Peggy 7.
Why
Welcome
is Peggy
to.
there? Where did you record
Uh,
this?
what do you mean where? I recorded it in my basement where my computer is.
Does it say Peggy on the Steam version just automatically?
Yes, because Sega of Europe handled the port of this.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Aren't they
there's
supposed to
no.
aren't they required to change that though?
No.
Huh.
Steam is not region locked.
Fair enough.
It's fully region free, so look
Okay.
at that low quality video file. God. Yeah, this is Nights into Dreams, everybody. I'm playing the Steam version as we just stated.
Took you a while to bring it up.
Well, we were joking around, and you kept being stupid. Anyways, this is this is probably the way most people are gonna play this game. It could be a lot better, but I'm not really gonna complain about it too much. The only thing I will complain about is the fact that
Oh my goodness, that looks like Sonic Adventure.
it's locked at 30 frames per second, so this will be sub 60 FPS. Crazy Jelly comms, everybody.
Oh, that's how Borderlands is going to be whenever I record it, because I'll be recording the 360 version.
Oh, wonderful. Get ready for ugly children to be singing and playing like basketball and stuff.
Is the CG in the Saturn version?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure these video files are ripped straight from the Saturn.
Well, I knew the Saturn had CGs, but I didn't know if there were any for this game. I don't really know much about this game. I have played up until the first boss. I couldn't beat him, and I stopped after that.
You couldn't beat the first boss.
Nothing about this game explains how it's supposed to work, and I didn't look up anything that explained it.
So you played for like less than 2 seconds because you only have like 2 actions that you can do to any one boss in this game.
I don't know. They couldn't kill it, and I gave up.
You basically you dash into their face.
Shut up, we're gonna watch it.
And then dash again to throw him, and that hurts him. Okay, now we got higher quality. Let's go. The Sega Saturn Dreams mode, by the way, just replaces the character models and textures with the originals. It's still like HD, I think. And
I'm surprised you didn't use that though. Oh, it doesn't look good?
It does not. No, the Saturn models and everything look good at the Saturn resolution with the Saturn lighting and everything.
That's surprising because if you play like Final Fantasy games upscaled or Mega Man Legends in HD, they look fantastic, like they were made for it.
Yeah, well, the Saturn, it was definitely a game system. But yeah,
I don't know. Sega of America didn't even think that much.
Anyways, so the basic gameplay of Nights is you can fly around with the analog stick freely on a 2.5D plane that basically changes every time you go into that palace right there that I keep flying over. And the reason I keep flying over it is because the whole point of this game is to guide Knights through these laps over and over and over and get as high a score as you possibly can before entering the palace again, and then doing the same thing again for the other laps, basically.
This is definitely a Sega game.
Yeah. And I really like it.
For some reason, Sega in the 90s and early 2000s made the perfect types of games for indie games. The problem is they're a AAA company. And this shit does not sell.
It certainly doesn't sell nowadays, for fuck's sake.
Yeah. I mean, we're finally just now getting Jet Set Radio back, maybe. So.
Yeah, that was an announcement that happened recently. And it may end up just being part of their super game.
Yeah, I want to play more Saturn games. I need to. I feel like I'd like a lot of them. It's just I never had a Saturn. emulation for it has not been good up until recently, so I just never really tried. But like this, at least the original version, Panzer Dragoon, Burning Rangers,
Burning Rangers, go!
all on my list.
Yeah. The only reason I was ever interested in the Saturn was, haha, Sonic Jam. Who would have thought?
Well, now we have Sonic Origins. Who cares?
Sonic Origins isn't the same because it doesn't have basically Beta Sonic Adventure on Sega Saturn.
If that was Beta Sonic Adventure, I think Sonic 06 was better.
It was just the fucking, like... Okay, so basically the story with that is... so Adventure started development on the Saturn as an RPG by Sonic Team. It ended up becoming more than that in development. It started to evolve into a platformer at this time as well. And they wanted it to be more like, you know, a standard Sonic game, so that's what they were sort of making. But then, you know, lo and behold, the Saturn was a complete failure. So Sega was making a new system, the Dreamcast, so Sonic Team was basically like, okay, we're gonna move this over to the Dreamcast, but we don't want all of our hard work on the Saturn to be lost and forgotten, so they just compiled all the assets they had and whatnot into Sonic Jam, Sonic World, basically. So it would not have played like that. Just the art assets and everything that are there, that's what it would have looked like, basically.
Okay, let's talk about this game now. Fuck, I had something I was gonna say.
Good job.
Yeah. This game is very, very nice to watch. And just kind of relax to. Especially the music. They definitely went all in on that dream stuff. Also, what the fuck are you doing right now?
Okay, so yeah, this is something that is in the original, but this is actually the PS2 version of NiGHTS, which most people didn't even know existed until I just said it. But
I didn't.
Yeah, so you enter that specific kind of ring, and it puts you in this like combo mode where you want to do various different dance moves. But the problem is, in this version and the PS2 version, because it's the same version, if you rub up against the wall while you're doing it, you can just mash different buttons and get a really high dance like combo thing. So that basically it makes it way easier to get the A ranks.
Okay, but do you even need it?
You don't, because obviously the original you can get all A ranks without it. I was just making sure that I got all the ranks I needed so that I could make this playthrough go very smoothly.
Gotcha. So obviously when you started this, you were playing as a kid. What can you do as the kids? Because I see you haven't gone back to the kids.
Yeah, the kids are basically your punishment for running out of time in NiGHTS. You don't want to be the kids. They basically
Why are they there?
They run around the environment in 3D space and have like a Mario-esque triple jump. But
is there ever a use for them, or?
Yeah, to walk your ass back to the frickin' idiot temple for running out of time. That's their whole purpose in this game.
Okay.
Because you want to be knights, you want to be flying, you don't want to be dumb little children walking around on the floor.
I don't know, it just seems like kind of a waste.
Well, I think Sonic Team wanted to have something in here so that they could technically call it a like fully 3D game. Because, you know, it was during that era where 3D was new, and but clearly they also just wanted to make this 2D flight simulator, do like flight ballerina stuff and get cool combos and stuff. So I think they just included the kids as a playable character, basically just to be like, hey, look,
It's what your little brother does when he wants to play but can't play it. So you can run around as the little kids. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you are anything like me, when you play this game and don't know what you're doing, you will be running around as the kids a lot. But I, took the time to master this game to the best of my ability. I'm not like the best Knights player or anything, but
yeah. This actually, I'm surprised this has ranking before any Sonic game does.
Yep, that's
pretty cool.
This is, this in a lot of ways is a...
Oh, this is what I made it to.
Yeah, the first boss. You can actually one-shot this guy if you can manage to paraloop his tail. But it's a very hard thing to do, but this is basically what you do. You basically just fly into his face and throw it.
Yeah. There's only been one other Knights game, but there have been a lot of references to Knights. Obviously, Frontiers has the Psy-Loop. Adventure just has the Knights Casino. Sonic Unleashed, during its final boss, kind of controls similarly.
Yeah.
So, I'm glad they've never really forgotten Knights, but they aren't making games.
Yeah, like, I think anyone who is a part of Sonic Team during this time has a deep fondness for Knights, and I get it. I love Knights as well. But, like, I know that Iizuka wants to make another freaking Knights game, but he's stuck in the Sonic the Hedgehog mind.
Again, it's just unfortunate that this would be a great indie game. And it is. It's called Sonic Robo Blast 2. and it's just... And I think that's what hits these games so well, is the production value was absurd for them, so now we can have indie game inspired stuff out of it, but we'll never get that big release again.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the Sonic team that made this is also, long gone.
Yeah. Well,
so we would never get a game that has even an iota of a similar vibe to this. Even when Sonic Team did make a Knights sequel, it was like hardly anything like the original. So,
that was Journey into Dreams, right?
Yeah, that's the one where you have to play as the children.
Yeah, Klonoa is another franchise that's in a similar position, but at least Klonoa has a chance of coming back. Unlike this, which has no indication.
Well, I think if Iizuka had the chance to like spurn off of the Sonic development cycle for even a second, he would make a Knights game as soon as possible. But like as it stands now, I don't think it'll happen.
Would Kishimoto direct it?
No, and I would hope they would actually just let Naoto Oshima do it.
Nope, Yuji Naka is being released from jail to do it.
Oh God,
he's gonna program it.
If he were the one that actually programmed it, he'd probably get it right, at the very least. But
I disagree. Didn't he do programming on Balan Wonderworld?
No, I think he was just like the director of that game. And he was just like, no, it has to be one button. I don't know why they didn't, for Balan, I don't know why they didn't just make a fucking Knights spiritual successor. I mean, that's what it technically is, but there are no sections like this where you're flying around as fucking Knights.
Well, aren't the sections where you actually play as Balan just QuickTime events?
They're just QuickTime events, yeah. They're nothing like this. Which they very easily could have been.
I'm gonna say it, I miss QuickTime events. It's gonna be a really weird tangent, but like I was playing Final Fantasy 13. There's a second one, and that one has QuickTime events. I was like, man, I kind of miss these.
Yeah, I mean, I could take or leave them. I could,
Now they're
honestly
just so overly simplified now, where it's all tied to one button. I mean, like the original ones, where it could be any button on that fucking gamepad, and you better press it or you lose.
Well, isn't like Asura's Wrath? Isn't that basically just quick time event the game?
I don't know. I've never played it.
After this part, look it up, because I'm pretty sure, because that game looks freaking awesome, but I think it's literally just quick time events.
It's playable on Xbox One, I know that. And the dude on there looks like a character from King and Astra.
Yeah. This level, okay, so I guess I should say, I'm really good at the first levels of each of the stories in this game. After that, I'm not 100% certain where anything is. So I'm kind of going to be fumbling around, figuring it out as I play.
So you started up Wave Ocean and just never left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Doesn't this game has an artificial life system too?
Yeah, I was going to say earlier when you were like, oh, this game had a ranking system before Sonic ever did. This game, in a lot of ways, is the predecessor to the Sonic Adventure games. Just because the A-Life system is just like a very early version of the Chow. Even
they
down
still call
to
it A-Life in Adventure. They call it Chow Gardens with Adventure too, but yeah.
Yeah, like even down to like how they texture things. Like even in this level has a very similar texture vibe to like the jungle levels of Sonic Adventure 2 and whatnot.
Yeah, I see it.
It's like I feel like Sonic Team had a very distinct feeling with this game on through Adventure 2 and even a little bit of Heroes. Possibly Shadow. Shadow just is a very different kind of concept to begin with, so it ends up feeling a little different, but...
Guns!
Yeah, but...
Whoa, you can go in there, that's cool.
Yeah, that was like I hit all the switches, which opened it up, and basically, yeah, you come in here, you get a whole lot of fucking points, and then you fuck off. And that's how you get the A rank for this level, basically. But yeah. I said it already, but I do love this game. I think a lot of the interesting stuff about it is like some of the cut content. And yeah, there's like a whole boss character that didn't end up making it into the final game.
But it's still in the files.
Some of it is. So this game is based a lot on like dream theory. Obviously, it's themed after dreams. You're in a dream world, and one of these like dream ideologies is the concept of self, and that's basically who you are. And I don't know anything about it, but there's basically a boss character that got cut from the game called Self. And it's a very interesting story. I think it's like Digi Valentine on YouTube has a ton of content about that. It's just very interesting to dive into. And even if you're not a Knights fan, it's like, holy shit, there's this dope-ass freaking cut concept for a character in this game. I don't know. I just like that sort of thing. And we just recently had the Sonic 2 Lost Levels revealed video. Which I don't know.
I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, you should watch that. It's cool.
What the fuck happened to the
shit.
camera? Damn.
It's a top down. It's kind of stupid. You have to guide this car.
What?
The car on the ground is following you. And if you guide it into the garage, I think you get some kind of bonus, but I just fucking don't bother.
This is still... I've noticed this with a lot of Saturn games, is they still follow the format of the Genesis, where they won't tell you what you're supposed to do in-game ever. And I think with this era of 3D games, it was where it was going too far. Where Where it's like, okay, this is becoming too esoteric for me.
Well, I mean, this game is very much an arcade experience. And arcade games don't really fucking tell you how to play them either, so...
They're good. They'll have the instructions on the cabinet.
Listen, if you're a kid in the freaking... in 1997, when this game releases, or 1996,
is there at least a manual?
And well, there is a manual. I'm sure that has some useful information in it. But if you're a kid that gets this for like Christmas in 1996 with the SEGA Saturn, this is going to be the only game you play for like the next few months at least. So you'll figure it out. I almost didn't fucking make that, Jesus. I was at 0 seconds. Yeah, if you go down to 0, you lose all of your score for that lap, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, don't let yourself run out of time. Yeah, also getting hurt by enemies causes you to lose like 5 seconds at a time.
Okay.
This boss is pretty neat. So he's basically just swimming around in the middle. You gotta hit one of these fishes to, like, actually collide with him in the center. Like that.
Okay. That's cool.
I don't know if there's a quick kill for this boss, like there was for, the first boss. They all have names. I just don't fucking know what they are. They don't have, like, Sonic Adventure style, title cards at the beginning of each boss, so...
Mm-hmm.
I kind of wish they did.
Complete with some cheesy sounding Jun Sonoe guitar. Who does the soundtrack for this game? I'm going to guess they didn't work on anything for Sonic.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. I'm pretty sure it was the same people that worked on Sonic CD, or one of the same people that worked on Sonic CD. Because they do use some Sonic CD music.
Okay.
Not like actively, it's for the Christmas nights thing. When you unlock Sonic, you'll get some Sonic CD music.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Instead of the Knights music playing. So.
But the guy who did the Stardust Speedway stuff, he's still composing. Because he was working on Forces, as we discovered that one time. He made the classic music!
What happened? Yeah, this playthrough, it'll definitely get a little repetitive.
It's something different and it's short. I'll take it.
Yeah,
it's not Sonic Superstars.
The longest amount of time you'll take playing this game is just mastering the mechanics. Other than that,
just started like the exact same way as the previous level.
They all start the same way because you have all of the Idia. All the different Idia, which all represent different things in the psychological mindscape.
Did they watch End of Evangelion and read some Freudian psychology before making this?
They read some kind of psychology. I don't know if it's Freud specifically. I remember there was a name being thrown around for like someone's theory of, I don't know, fucking some shit. This entire game is based off that theory, whatever the fuck it is. Like all the like Idia is ideas, obviously. Then each of the bosses represents a different thing. No, I may as well fucking look it up at this point.
Go ahead and do that. I'm just gonna vibe here to the music and scenery.
No. Yeah, this game, it looks pretty nice. I do prefer how it looks on Saturn, but that's just me being a Sega Saturn low poly dick sucker.
It's okay. I've learned to like that art style too, but mainly with PlayStation 1 because I just don't have experience.
It's a very similar looking aesthetic for me. I love both. Saturn's a little less high fidelity because you know it's a system not really designed for 3D that much.
This was this was Dreamcast related, but I was at a game store the other day and they had a copy of Phantasy Star Online.
Damn. The original
Someone steps
Dreamcast
to
version too. That's. I have Phantasy
and
Star.
a copy of Mega Man Legends, but that was like $80. So fuck that.
I have a copy of Phantasy
Ooh.
Star online for my GameCube. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet.
Oh, I didn't know they re-released it.
Yeah, and you
Okay.
can play. You can still play it online and everything, of course, on there. I even got the LAN adapter, so I can potentially.
Are there new servers up for it, or
not really? There's like fan servers. They shut down
that's
the
what I
official
meant. That's what I
servers. Yeah.
are there any fan servers for the Dreamcast original?
Oh, I'm sure there is. I think.
Is there any difference between the two, or just graphics?
It's just graphics. I would have to look up like a complete differences because I'm sure there are differences, like going from Adventure and Adventure 2 to the GameCube versions of those.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of little differences here and there, but I hear that it's mostly a good way to play the game. So, the only Phantasy Star I've played is Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis, which was a lot of fun while I was playing that.
I want to play some of the older ones.
Yeah,
I'd like to try and play some of the older Shining games as well, but they're very different from what's out now. So I don't know if I'd enjoy them as much. They're closer to like Fire Emblem. They're from on strategy games versus the current ones, which are action RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
We stopped talking about Knights a while ago. It's become a Sega nostalgia trip.
Yeah, like that's a thing with like Knights as a series. There's only the 2 games that we can pull from, and you haven't played either. So, but like this game, I do have it. I have not actually played it either.
Really? Okay.
Mainly because I've heard like that it's not great. So I know.
Yeah,
I should...
but like Sonic 06, you'll probably find something to enjoy.
I'm not gonna fucking make it.
Oh damn!
Yep. There goes all my freaking orbs.
Hey, you can still get some of them.
And now I gotta walk my ass back. Yeah, they can still use the like springs and stuff to launch you around.
Can you get A ranks with the humans alone?
I do not think so. I think if you never walk into Knights at the start, you can walk around with them more freely for a time. Because the timer doesn't start till you become Knights. But I think you might start getting chased by... It's like an alarm clock type thing. Because, the alarm clock will wake you up.
Right.
And the whole story is these kids are having a rough life. They're stressed out about things, so they dream, and they go into the dream world where all the Nightopians live. And
this sounds like Bridge to Terabithia, but not depressing.
But yeah, it's not depressing at all. It's just a fun, happy-go-lucky video game, and I like it for that. Yeah, the deepest it gets is like figuring out what the different bosses are referencing in that dream theory, which I can't actually find the theory that this game is based on just from preliminary Google searches, so whatever. Mm-hmm. The one thing I do love about this game, though, and we'll see much more of it in the next part, are these like stage-specific gimmicks. Like this stage has the cannons, which puts you in like a behind-the-back perspective. They're just like small differences to the gameplay that like just change things up enough to keep the each of the stages feeling fresh, because otherwise it is just feeling like I'm just flying around a whole bunch.
Why are you taking the time to grab that? Just get to the end.
More score. I wanted more score.
You're making me nervous. Don't do that.
I was using the time that I had. That last lap was just me experimenting, and I just fucked up. So it ends up being fine anyway. I think I still end with an A rank overall. It's just a blemish on the record.
Yes, this will be forever on YouTube, so everyone knows you're bad.
This room is neat. Like, some of the collectibles are only in the mirror, so you have to fly your reflection through them. I find that pretty
that's cool.
neat. Yeah. Oh, and there are like certain spots that if you paraloop them. Oh, fuck that guy.
Dude, I just realized that mirror stuff is also in Sonic Adventure in like a single section of the game.
Yep.
We'll get to that later. Oh, no more Sonic.
2024.
Oh, please.
But, oh, god damn it, I forgot what I was saying.
We'll have to do some more Sega properties. Who's playing Rystar?
I can play Rystar. I like that game.
I have at least access to it, so I can't play it.
I'll be doing a lot of the non-Sonic Sonic Team games. I think.
Well, it is a Sonic Team, but it is Sega. But I'm taking Gun Valkyrie.
Yeah, you can have that. I've never played it. I will be playing fucking.
I'm gonna send you, when we're done with this, a picture of the cover, and it's just an ass shot.
Oh, hell yeah.
And that's why I bought it at first. I
I'm
didn't know it was
running out
Sega.
of time again. Oh, will I make it? Will I make it? Damn it.
Well, shit.
I got an F.
How many stages are there per character?
There's only 4 per character. Oh, here's the Jackal. Oh, I guess you never would have played the NiGHTS DLC for Lost World. Is that on PC?
No. No, it's not. I think a lot of it's been restored. But I've never played any of them.
Yeah.
I've seen it, though.
Yeah, it's nothing special, but all these...
Brain Scratch did play it, I think, right?
Yeah. It's nothing special. They just bring back all the bosses from this game and have the Deadly Six use them.
Oh. That's cool, I guess.
Because technically there are 6 bosses.
Does that mean Nights in the Dream and Sonic are in the same world? It's just Nights in the Dreams operates in that dream world? You
would think so. But then Sonic Dream Team comes out where they do go into the world of dreams. And NiGHTS is nowhere to be seen.
Does he have to be there, though? It could still be... It's a spin-off. It doesn't count. Until it's referenced in another game, I won't count it.
NiGHTS is an it, not a he.
Oh, whatever. I'll try, but I'm terrible with pronouns. I'm trying to get better.
See, I always called them a she. I know a lot of people call them a he.
I mean, it's androgynous, but I can get where you think it's feminine.
Now that NiGHTS has shown us that we can...
Oh, so you can't be the human characters.
Yeah.
You lied to me.
In this level only. I didn't lie to you.
Oh, but it counts. You said the human characters were useless. They're being useful here. And I count this.
Well, here you're conditioned for... when you run out of time, you just straight up fail. And you have to restart the whole stage. But
I like the music here, though.
Yeah, now that NiGHTS has shown us that we can be courageous and face our fears head on.
It's time to face your fears.
Because when your time has come and gone.
You see, they're still thinking about NiGHTS.
They are.
I don't think Otani even worked on this game, but I'm gonna pretend he did.
No, I thought his first game was like for Sonic was or Sonic Team was SA2.
It was. I don't know. I don't remember if he did anything with Sega beforehand though. He only did the Knuckles music and the Rouge music. No, he didn't do the Rouge music. Just the Knuckles stuff. And he also did Hang Castle and the Ark from Shadow? I think it was the Ark. Or maybe it was the Comet level. It was one of the flashback levels, I think.
I don't fucking know, man.
Who cares? That game sucks. And that was a B. I saw that.
You're the guy that knows what all the Sonic Team people have been up to, doing your research.
Almost.
Yeah, this is a little tricky. It's hard to line this up because you can fly around so freely. But
what are you trying to do?
You want to crash into these balloons to get their little orbs. So yeah, this one, since there's no knights, you basically are just getting enough orbs as quickly as possible to fill this thing. And then you do that a few times, and then you try to save Knights, who is trapped in the wise man's palace for some reason. And now the other guy, Elliot, comes to help us. Yeah.
We saved it. Yay. Oh, I see those two bees.
Well, yeah. And now we're both knights.
Scuffed playthrough.
And we have to fight Wise Man. We'll have to do this again.
We can all be knights.
Because they both fight the Wise Man. Yeah, this boss, you basically
that was cool.
Yeah.
I like that transition.
Wise Man is a super cool looking fucking villain too. It's basically just a robe with hands and like a crown of like spikes. But yeah, basically you avoid his attack, you get to him, and both the knights have to be touching the shield to do any damage. So
I've been doing my best not to compare this to Klonoa. Because that is a lot of what I can think of.
This came first, so fuck that game.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. If this didn't come first, then they came out at the same time.
Because Klonoa's PlayStation 1. You tell me the release date of this, I'm looking up Klonoa's release date.
Okay.
Okay, Klonoa was 1997, so this was probably first.
Yeah, this is July 5th, 1996.
Okay.
So.
This game also has full 3D graphics and models. Klonoa, sorry, you got that sprite work. You just lose. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't think this game would look nearly as good if all the if Knights and wasn't a 3D model. They would have to.
No, this is that game to show the Saturn can have good 3D graphics instead of just being a 2D powerhouse.
It's that, and the fact that like, also the Twin Seeds Festival here. It takes place on September 29th, and that's my birthday. So that's a funny coincidence there. But
yeah, a coincidence. What the fuck? Is she an actor?
No, this was her whole arc. She was afraid of having to do her performance. Well, she wanted to audition. This is her audition right here. And yeah, they end up really liking her performance of La La La's and La La Lu's.
When you play enough older games, you learn to like it.
Holy shit, this chick can sing! I do like the main theme of this game quite a bit. There's a full-on vocal version of it for the credits. Not this version of the credits. We have to play through Elliot's story, I think, first. Unless it's about to play right now, in which case I'm a fucking idiot. I think I kept both credits in because they have different songs, though. So
good, good, as you should.
But yeah, this game's all about overcoming your fears and facing your challenges head on with a smile and some gumption.
I'll
because
beat
that's
this game
who
one day.
NiGHTS is. And that's basically who NiGHTS is in this game. But then in Journey of Dreams, she's like this creep that wants to touch kids so she can fly around.
Okay.
Hey, if you touch me, we can fly. You want to fly? Touch me.
There's voice acting in it? Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there is vocals here. Why did I keep both credit sequences in? It's been a few months since I edited this playthrough together.
See,
so...
those are the best playthroughs because then you don't remember everything.
Yeah.
And then you can be surprised. Outside of the key moments where you're reminded, oh yeah, I fucked up. I fucked up so badly.
What do you
We're gonna be seeing that real soon with fucking Doom.
What do you think of NiGHTS' design in this game?
Very imaginative. I think it works very well for the dream stuff, the dreamscape they're going for. It does not make sense when you look at it.
Well, obviously.
And it being androgynous as well, I think helps creating that, neutral hero in dreams. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I love NiGHTS as a character. I love the general vibe and the way this game is put together so much. It's really weird to describe, but I don't know. I love these very clearly tiny games that feel like they have a lot to offer in their small but vibrant worlds. I don't know. There's just something about this game that I really like that Journey of Dreams just doesn't even have at all from what I've seen of it. Because, I don't know, it's so weird to describe. The worlds are definitely... It just
looks like one of those special games that it was never going to do well. It was always going to stay in the back. But anyone who has played it remembers it fondly. And again, that's why this is perfect indie game material. This is exactly what they go for. And yeah. I'm surprised there hasn't been a full attempt at an independent Nights in the Dream style game. Other than SRB2.
I think
that's
is
just the special
purely.
stages.
I think that's purely because not a lot of people have played it. It's on Steam, so pretty much anyone could have access to it now. But nobody, most of the people, I guess, that played it back in the day, didn't go into game development at all.
No, those were all the Nintendo fans.
Yeah. So, and the reason it's in SRB2 is because clearly Sonic the Hedgehog fans, diehard Sonic the Hedgehog fans, they've probably played NiGHTS. So,
yeah. We're still in that era, we're still in that phase where every indie game is inspired by Metroid, Castlevania, and Mega Man. Oh, I guess Doom and Quake as well, since boomer shooters are big.
Yeah, I do like that we're now finally in, slowly getting more and more games that have this low poly, low res kind of art style to them, like Saturn and N64 and PS1 games have. I love that sort of art style a lot. I think the N64 not as much because that was technically a more powerful system, but I think the way that those games look just kind of looks ugly. The
models in the N64 never look as good as PlayStation 1 models. I think those are the best looking ones.
Yeah, I think a lot of N64 games try to have too much detail for the quality.
Yeah, I think the N64 though has some of the best environment design.
Yeah, I can agree.
And then the Saturn just has the most imaginative games because mostly I look at any game on the Saturn and I just think, what the fuck am I looking at? I'm sure I'm gonna love it, but what the fuck am I looking at?
I think you'll love Burning Rangers, but that game does have some moments where you're just like, what is going on with these graphics? There's more open areas, but you can't see all the way to the other side of them, so you just see the entire level pop in, by the polygon in front of you. So, yeah. Now it's time to try Elliot's dream because Knights told us to.
Oh, we'll do that right now. Oh, there's
Nope,
somewhere.
not quite.
Oh. To anybody watching this as it comes out, you're going to have to wait a week, and screw you.
It's the iconic pose. Or as iconic as it can be for a character that nobody fucking knows exists.
I think the first time I ever learned Knights was a character was in fucking Sonic RPG, the Flash game.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever played that one.
I never did, but I've heard a lot about it, and I didn't know Knights was in it until you just said, and I'm like, wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I found out about Knights obviously through freaking Sonic games because Knights is in like almost every Sonic game between 1998.
It was always just this weird character, like, what the fuck is this? And I played Sonic Adventure. I'm like, why is it here? What the fuck? What is this? And I finally learned what the game was. Like, oh, that makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I think it's just Knights is definitely sort of a relic of Sonic Team's past. I think a lot of the people that still are at Sonic Team or Sega from those days want to bring Knights back, but
there really there aren't much left, though.
Yeah, it's really just Iizuka.
I was going to say, most of the people there now, or most of the people who are in there for Adventure are gone.
Yeah.
With it now being mostly people who started with Secret Rings.
I do feel bad for Sonic Team. I think that's part of the reason why a lot of Sonic games falter. It's because they're not allowed to make anything but Sonic games at this point. But they want to experiment and try new things. And that's why Sonic
games... probably something that's been hurting COD for 20 years now.
Yeah. I can't imagine being stuck making basically the same type of game every single year, day in, day out, for the rest of time.
No. You get 3 years to make it.
Okay, but it's still like the same type of game.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. And the times that they do try to get creative, it receives massive backlash. So, yeah. I hope Iizuka gets to make another Knights game, and hopefully it's with Naoto Oshima, because I think he would at least get the gameplay right for Knights, and that's what I mostly care about.
Yeah, that'd be a really cool thing to see return while they have a relationship with RSS, and they're very interested in reviving old franchises. I would love to see some new IPs, though, from Sega, from a lot of the older creative leads.
Yeah.
I would love to see new things in the style. Like, that's why Balan Wonderworld was thought to have been such a big hit and was so hyped before its release, because it felt like it was going to harken back to these days. And unfortunately, time and time again has proven that we're only going to get stuff like this with indie games. It's like Bomb Rush Cyberpunk or the multitude of games inspired by Sonic and shit.
Yeah. If nothing else, I think Balan Wonderworld does manage to get that same vibe that Knights has. The original Knights that I was talking about earlier. And that's why I would say I think Naoto Oshima should do it, because I think his art direction, his style, I think that is a very large part of that soul that I felt has been missing in a lot of Sega's current works, namely Sonic, because that's the main thing I play from them. But
yeah, well, we may never get another Knights game, but we at least got Shenmue 3, and I'll leave us at that.
Wasn't that game shit?
I'll leave us at that.
I can't wait for Jet Set Radio.